I am here today with my best friend Anna.
Hi.
So Anna is here with me today because she asked me for a very specific book recommendation, and I couldn't think of anything that fit this category because it's really specific. So I am putting it to you, my viewers, to help her out.
What I'm looking for is like The Hunger Games. Because I love The Hunger Games. It was very, very good. But they didn't fuck. It was the most disappointing thing ever. Because you know that if it weren't written for young adults, they would have done the dirty. And I'm looking for something that's just as compelling, has maybe the same kind of premise, but isn't cut down for kids. If they fuck, that's awesome. Please. But I'm not looking for a romance novel either, because I hate romance novels. And I just hate being in the romance section of a bookstore, because how many headless women and men do you see in that section of a bookstore?
The covers of romance novels are really bad.
They are. If it has a shirtless man on the cover, I can't do it. The Hunger Games is kind of sci-fi, but I can't do dragons or dwarves or...
Well, that's fantasy. That's not
fantasy.
science fiction.
That kind of fantasy genre, because once you get dwarves involved or elves, I just can't take it seriously. And I'm not knocking that genre.
Yeah, it's just not your preference.
It's just not my preference. But and I'm not against fantasy.
I think you're not into high fantasy.
I'm a fantasy light. Fantasy light. The Bud Light of the fantasy genre. Because I can do zombies. I just read a really good zombie book. And
I mean, you're a huge Harry Potter fan.
I love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry fucking Potter's the best.
Yeah, you want like a Hunger Game for grown-ups.
Yes. Hunger Games for grown-ups. Please.
I mean, there's Battle Royale. Does anyone bone down in Battle Royale?
And you know what? It doesn't even...
Because Battle Royale is basically the Hunger Games, but in Japan.
And see, you know, it's not even that they don't bone down. It just feels like they're wearing the kid gloves. It feels like they're wearing the kid gloves with Hunger Games.
Well, it's YA.
It is YA. I don't read a lot of YA, which is why I was reluctant to read The Hunger Games in the first place.
I'm glad you did, though.
I'm really glad. It was very good. Very good. Good job, Suzanne Collins. Good job. And I don't read a lot of YA, though, because, well, honestly, mostly I read very dry nonfiction biographies.
You do.
And mostly I read kind of books, like, I just read this book on genetic mutations, which was very good. But whenever I do read fiction, I'm very particular.
You are.
Sarah likes to make fun of me because she thinks I'm very, very picky and snobby about my books, which may or may not be true. Oh, it probably is. But whenever I find a book that I like that meets all of the lists of classifications that I have, it generally turns out to be what I find to be a very good and fulfilling book.
And your book snobbishness has served me well, because every book like you've lent me or recommended to me has always been like really amazing. So
thank you.
You do give really good book recommendations.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so Hunger Games for grown-ups with sex, no high fantasy with like dwarves and shit.
No dragons.
No dragons.
No dragons.
No embarrassing romance novel covers.
If it has a strong female lead, please.
Yes.
I really like a strong female lead.
I am always looking for more awesome ladies in fiction.
There's not enough.
No. It's sad.
If the book features a character whose life revolves around finding a good man. No.
Well, that's boring to read about.
It is. It's... And here's the thing. Is also like some romance novels that I like because I just stumble upon love. And some of them...
I mean, there's nothing wrong with romance novels.
And there's nothing wrong with trying to find yourself a good man. There isn't. But if that's all something's about, if you don't have work, or if you don't have hobbies or friends.
Other friends.
Friends.
Family.
In conclusion, sex is good. No, none of that unresolved sexual tension thing. Characters that grow. No depending on your life depending on a man. No Twilight bullshit. No dragons. I think that's good.
All right, so if you have any suggestions for books that meet this criteria, then please leave them below in the comments.
Please. Please. I'm sorry I'm picky, YouTube.
Okay, I think we're finally done. Goodbye. I will see you soon.
Thank you. Crazy grandma living in the basement doesn't count.
What the fuck have you been reading?